will come on stage. The audience makes assumptions about who's funny and who's not immediately. And you look at Bernie and go, oh, this guy's going to be funny.
He had like these airbrush jeans on that was kamikaze. He had everybody on his jeans. Thomas Jefferson Kid in play. It was ridiculous.
Some black shoes, a white shirt with a colored collar, and he had a hanky in one hand. He was black as fuck. I think it might have been an S-curl. I don't know, Bernie. It might have been an S-curl.
Hair was always done, and then I got to go to so-and-so is my nails person, and this person does my feet. Like, this is before he got famous.
This dude loved a damn manicure.
Very meticulous and particular about his nail, his manicure.
When we were working on the second film and we were trying to figure out how to introduce everybody, that whole idea of him being in the nail salon came from him. He really liked to have his nails, you know, looking sharp.
Fix me up! Shine my shoes! Do my nails! My hair right! You mine! Everything in this goddamn motherfucker! You mine! Whole 9 yards! And don't ever goddamn forget me! Walking on your goddamn self. Talk to me like I'm crazy. Macaroni! Macaroni! I'm gonna call you one more time. Pay attention! Come on. Do it again.
It was before the term metrosexual. You couldn't call Bernie metrosexual now. That's one thing you wouldn't get away with.
Something about guys with big muscles. It seems like the bigger the muscles, the more feminine the clothes. Okay. You know, they got tank tops. I'm working out the other day, some bitch titties sticking all out. Belly showing. They pink shorts on. Pink. They asked me, could I spot them? Hell yeah, can't miss your ass, you know?
The other thing that Bernie was very brave about was taking from his own life, the situation with his sister and the kids, and I was like, wow. To dramatize that in this way and find the humor in that.
You're going to bust her head till the white meat shows?
That's for my boys.
Mr. Mack.
Come on, look.
Mr. Mack, between that and the profanity...
Oh, hold on. I don't use no profanity in front of those children.
Possibly was a little bit ahead of its time, you know, when you look at the dynamics of that family.
You know, when he first went on Fox, I was like, do they know what they got? Do they know what they're going to... Bernie Mac is talking about spanking kids and locking them up, and, you know, people are so sensitive and politically correct.
Can we touch?
No, you can't touch nothing. Matter of fact, don't even look at it. When you walk past it, close your eyes.
It's like W.C. Fields. It's like, get away, kid, you're bothering me. You know, it's like, I'm being mean to a kid, and it's really funny. You know, you gotta be really funny to be mean to a kid and be funny.
You keep on talking to me with that attitude, little girl. I may not be your daddy, but I'll whoop your ass just like your daddy.
And you'll go to jail like you was my daddy, too.
Ooh.
A lot of the teenage issues that I had on the show was, you know, stuff that I was going through in real life.
Didn't I tell you don't touch no without my permission?
You didn't say the phone.
I didn't say the phone.
You said don't touch the TV, VCR, the DVD, your old school, your new school, and your heavy rap. But you never said we can touch the phone.
Technically, she's right.
He was like the father in the middle of a hailstorm, you know.
A lot of, you know, the scenes where we would, you know, be going toe-to-toe was mostly just us ad-libbing. It was probably some of the best stuff that we had together when we would just feed off of each other.
What he allowed them to do is he allowed them to connect with him. Like, take this ride with me. How do you feel? How do you see it? Let's do it. And she was like, yeah, I'm already ready. Like, yeah. You'd say something, I'd be like, oh, Vanessa's a goner. Yeah. Ooh, Nessa, you should have
Run, Nessa.
Girl. Nessa, you gonna get it, girl.
And wanted to have an opportunity to play with Bernie, you know, play with really a master in his craft.
Mama Lever, won't you let us take care of the funeral arrangement? I mean, it'll do my heart real good, please.
Oh, no. Oh, you're such an angel, but Dee's taking care of everything.
That's right. It's going to be beautiful, Mama. I'm still waiting for Daddy's check from the government, man. You know how slow they can be. Well, hey, maybe you don't remember. You know, you big time and everything now, but could you float me for a minute, man?
He did not just say that. He did not just ask me for money.
The Cousin D was his brainstorm. He's like, he didn't name names either. Well, maybe he did, but I won't say the name. But he did say, this is a real human being you're playing. Mm-hmm. I said, how big can it be? He goes, you can't go big enough.
This looks like somebody's shop class project. Thing can't cost more than $200. Come on, man.
Well, what do you suggest, D?
Bernie, when Biggie died, R.I.P., they put the brother in a gold coffin.
Well, we do special requests, but it can get a bit expensive.
Hey, man, hey. My father died. Now, I know we ain't up in here trying to pinch pennies. Ain't that right, Bern?
I said, hey, Bernie, I want to try this. You know, is that cool? I think this will be funny. He said, man, if you want to slide in here and do the splits, I'll be right behind you, like... And I said, that's Bernie.
That was him.
That's
yeah.
him. When I looked out at the camera, when he looked, I said, who you talking to? And he was like, you can't violate, that's my thing, you can't look into the camera.
Was classic.
I love that.
That was classic.
And we both really thought that would be great, for me I so violated his space in every scene, to then I violate his whole, you know, his counsel with America. How dare you, Cousin D? That's what I do.
What you looking at?
And he changed the way you shot it, and he talked into the camera, and he did it differently. I'm sure that was his way.
And him talking to the camera and saying, I don't understand what and it was so endearing and so him.
He knew that if he looked directly in the face of America, it would get him.
You ever see a chicken with his neck wrong, laying to the side all lazy and weak? That's what I'm gonna do to them kids. Talk back to me one more time. Snap, I'm gonna snap their neck off.
He used to love to pull pranks on people. Did he try?
Remember that time when he called everybody in and said that he was leaving the show, and everybody was all upset and walking around
crying.
like, oh man, what are we gonna do?
People crying, they packing their bags. They like the show is over, it's a wrap.
I was in my room and I was asleep, and I hear the door open, like into the suite I was in. And I go, hey man, this room is taken. He said, I know this room is taken, it's my room, but I didn't know who it was. I'm like, who the fuck is this talking crazy to me in my room? I'm like, hey partner, this is my room. He went, hey partner, it's my room. And I put a towel on to jump up, and it was Bernie fucking around, and he started cracking up.
He came home in the makeup, and it was really a good job, because his eye was black and swollen, and his lip was bust. Whoever did the makeup did a really good job, because I actually thought he had got beat up, and that was his intentions, to make me believe that he had got beat up when he came in. So I'm all upset. Let me take you to the emergency room. I was crying. I remember we had our great niece there. She was like 3, and she was crying, oh, Governor, oh, just crying. And he was like, oh, and he had his friends holding him up like he really had gotten beaten. And I'm like, where were you all when he got beaten? Where? I was like, I'm getting ready to call the police right now. So I had the phone. Then he's like, no, Rhonda, look. And he started peeling off the makeup. Oh, my God.
The best way to do a prank is you got to use something that's important to people. And since harmony and family and all those things were important to him, we just had this, you know, pretended just 2 people on the staff were having this incredibly bitter argument.
You know what? The next time, the next time you have a problem with me, you don't have to go to Neil.
Well, maybe I don't want to bring him into it.
You can come to me.
I don't want to bring him into it.
You don't have to go to Neil.
I don't give a flying shit. Got plenty of people been doing this for fucking 3 years. I know how to do him. Go on, move on. Patty, turn the fucking lights off. Bernie, I ain't doing this. I ain't playing this chick. I ain't doing this no more. Fucking turn them off. Everybody, come on.
Fonda, come on. They made the situation sort of blow up in front of him for him to kind of go, wait, hold on a second.
Happy birthday to you.
I'm like sitting here, now both of my peas going off. I'm like, y'all scored big on that shit. My heart sitting up here, this big time I can't do this. She talking about shit. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? I said, big.
You looking at? Looking at?
The chemistry between the two of us is very visible there on screen, and it was a genuine thing that happened when we performed together. We had a great time performing. In that studio, he was like, he was Smokey, he was Luther, he was, you know, he was Frankie Lyman, he was Marvin Gaye, because in his mind, he could sing.
Yeah.
I can sing as high as I want to, and I can sing as low as I want to.
I think he sang all the time. There was always a little bit of a song through his words, you know what I mean?
Always singing. Great singer, and I like that. You'll never find, and I'm like, oh my God, look at you. Like, his voice was great.
He was so happy in that studio. I laughed so hard in that studio. I was like, oh, okay. All right, go ahead. Knock it out.
Did you tell them that I'm white?
You're white?
Stop the car! Oh my God! Oh my God! Look, it was a joke, sir. I was kidding.
Yeah, sister, you funny.
Simon?
I mention it because I don't think it's gonna matter.
Oh, it's gonna matter. It's gonna matter.
When I did a scene with Bernie Mac, and when I walked up to him, man, he just embraced me like he knew me. He was like,
Man, what's happening? And when I didn't remember the lines, he had everybody on the floor. It was like, how you gonna be in a movie that can't read?
Well, who are you? Oh, Wesley Thompson, that's my cast. But if you're still down with me making your girl happy, I'm good to go.
We just wanted to capture an American portrayal of what's going on today.
How do we know that Adam and Eve weren't black?
Oh.
You ever try to take a rib away from a black man?
It's not baby.
Okay, what are 3 things that a black man can't get?
What is that?
A black eye, a fat lip, and a job.
I told you I'm gonna kick this boy.
The 3 months that he played my father in a movie, he taught me enough to last a lifetime. Bernie was a good parent to a whole bunch of other kids that he just picked up along the way, either by playing father to them, uncle to them, or just a leader to them, a friend. He just had a natural skill for good parenting.
I'm one of the greatest hitters alive.
We worked on Mr. 3000 together. It was a scene where at his house, and we sort of dancing and sort of flirty and coy. Him being charming and knowing that he's all that, or thinking that he's all that. And he is.
You need to relax on that before you pop it out. Sit your ass down. Man, watch that. Put you out, sucker. He's out. Right here, baby. Grab.
Bernie was so open to ideas. I had an idea about how to shoot this silly little piece we did, and he was completely open to it. He couldn't shut me down, you know. But he said, let's try that and let's see what happens, and he left it in, and I really respected that.
That was his first, like, major starring role. It proved that he did have some acting chops, and that's the one regret that I have about his career, is that I wish he'd gotten to have that one really breakout role where he really got to show people what he was really capable of, because I still don't think people really know that he really did have a range on him.
I would have loved to make another movie with Bernie, man.
I've always been sort of looking around for a really interesting cop film to make, and I thought Bernie would be great, you know, playing a dramatic role.
You're writing stuff, and you're like, oh, Bernie would be perfect right here. Oh, man. But there's only one Bernie.
I was preparing for a film that I'm filming right now. I went to go do some research in West Texas, and I go to Odessa, and one of the girls comes up, and she's, you know, just white woman, I would say, she's like, you know, chatting me up, and we're talking about, she's like, you know, I just want to know, like, out of all the people you worked with, she's like, what was it like to work with? And I was like, she's going to say like Tom Cruise or Jude Law or, you know, Jim Carrey. Somebody. She's like, what was it like to work with Bernie Mac? And I was like, yes! I was like, I love you so much right now. She was like, she was just waiting, like she was holding on, waiting. She wanted so badly to know what it was like to work with Bernie. And she was like, you know, just like, what was it like? And I was like, you know what? He was the loveliest man. And she goes, I just knew it. I knew it. I just knew it. And I said, and his hands were soft. She said, I knew his hands were soft. And she was just like, I was like, they're always lotion. She's like, oh, I love a good smelling man. Like she was just like, she was so happy to hear that Bernie was such a lovely person.
I just, you know, I miss him a lot. Sometimes like I'll hear his voice on something and I'll be like, oh my God. Oh man.
I miss his friendship.
I got off a plane in Europe, man, and the first thing they said, hey man, we miss Bernie Mac.
I miss his honesty.
Even if you had just met him, he would always make you feel like you had known him for years.
I miss his compassion.
What an inspirational story, you know, to see somebody who actually made it happen, which was an affirmation that your dreams can come true.
I miss him.
All those qualities in him, I'm sure that have been very inspiring to the Black community. And so he gave a lot with the little time that he was with us. He left us with a lot.
It's so weird. Just like even now, you know, his number's in my phone right now. I won't get rid of the number. It's like
it was his vibe that I remember more than anything else. Just that I was always happy to see him. I always felt like he kind of, you know, the molecules shifted in a really good way when he was around.
He wasn't always trying to get the spotlight shine on him. And just the opposite. He was happy to sit back and be supportive and let other people do their thing. And that's rare.
You have somebody who's so full of life and who is so engaged in life, and then they leave you so soon. It never really makes sense, you know? You kind of like, that's why people want to keep talking about him, because it doesn't seem like it's time for him to have gone.
Life is sometimes very unfair. And you know, the adage that only the good die young sometimes it's hits you right in the face.
Bernie, that was one that, Lord.
It's definitely an honor to be here to pay respect to the family and my brother Bernie. This dude is a very, very popular guy. Y'all know y'all was calling me like, say, let me get 4 tickets to the funeral, man. I was like, now that don't make no sense right there. He's still the hottest ticket in town.
It is true that the good die young. 50 years is not enough time. And the thing that I can say about Bernie is this, that the hardest thing for a black man to do is to be an individual. Is to stand on your own and to say what you mean and to not be influenced by anybody, to make your own mind up and your own way. And Bernie Mac was a man, believe me when I tell you. He stood on his own. He said what he believed. He used to always say, I don't care if you like me, I like me.
Bernie ran what we call an anchor leg. He was our closer. You know, in a relay, you give it stick to the next dude, and you get a baton to the next dude, and you save the fastest cat for last, just in case you get behind. Every night, we handed that mic to B-Man. Because no matter how funny the three of us was, Bernie had something else for him. Man, nobody wanted to follow Bernie Mac.
I'm not a fan of funerals, so at the end of Bernie Mac's ride, that's it. That's all. So over.
You don't do your material around a lot of comedians. That's like stealing in front of the police. You don't do it. They mean well, but they sit on the side. Ooh, that's funny. Next thing you know, you see it on HBO or something. You be sitting at home. That shit's mine, you know? But ain't nobody gonna believe first come, first serve. You know? So when you do new stuff, you never, I'm telling you, for you comics coming up, never bring your stuff out in front of a house full of comedians. You will never work a lot. Especially established comedians like myself, you'll never work a lot. Make sure you keep that. But I want that question to be asked on the couch. They be stealing your shit for real? Yep.